Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. We're wanted to come out for about an hour. Won't be on for more than an hour, and we had a little Q school session with one of our newest members, and very good. Spent a couple of hours together, and now we kind of turning him loose to let him. We have a dedicated Zoom feed just for him. And for us, you're looking at Swing Machine, and our little strategy has been re-optimized. Same strategy we ran last week. We're going to stay with this one, and this time we attached a couple of little other exits to it. Have any questions? Let us know. Let's take a look at Swing Machine. What's happened here today, and so let's mark it up a little. Let's go get this. And folks can talk about time stamping and all of this. Swing Machine timestamps itself at 9:40 this morning. 9:40, the VIX on a 5-minute interval does what? It goes short, and that is, that's like clear sailing sign for our members. That when that happens, to be you don't want to be shorting the market. And but let's take a look here. Here we are. This is 9:05, so this was the VIX responded to the market. The 5-minute interval on the ES, if you went long at 45.34, you're up $862. That's been oscillating a little bit up there. How about the NQ? Maybe you took the NQ. If you took that at 9 o'clock, you're currently up 1,700. Now, if you made your 500 or you made your 1,000, you made your money. You can just sit it out, wait your turn. They'll come again. But let's go take a look at the Dow. The Dow went long at 9:30, 735. How about the risk appetite, the indicator in and of itself, the Russell at 835. The Russell, the small caps, shows us the appetite for risk. And then how about gold at 1135? Not too long ago. And then oil is in a short mode. We're going to make sure they didn't roll the contracts on us. We'll double check on that. And so here we are. So this Swing Machine doing its thing. What have we done for them in the interim, the strategy? Now, this is not a back test. This is the actual performance. You can see we're down 247. It's got us down 246. It's off by a buck, but we're net positive, right? We're net positive. It's been running. The strategy has been running since midnight and was running throughout the whole time that I was with our newest member in Q School. See, we're not tethered to the machine. We're not, we can get up, we can move about, we can do other things. We can, we're not far away. I'm not going out and, playing 36 holes and, gonna let, a whole bunch of contracts trade, but we can do other things. And we hope you're having a good day. I hope, you're getting done, whatever it is you get done. If you want to learn more about who we are, be sure to visit Stock Market Caddy, the website. You're welcome to send us some questions. We spent with our newest member, we didn't even really get into the nuts and bolts of trading. We spent 2 hours together, a really sharp young guy, really looking forward to it. I know I'm going to learn a lot. I do every time. And we discussed, the financial pyramid of sorts, and it's things that I have learned from others, and so we had it served as a reminder to me why we do what we do. Not trying to be something we're not. We're not a registered investment advisor. We're not, and so we're not doing that. But there are some lessons that we've learned, and we try to share those. And then we talked about the difference between discretionary trading and mechanical and robotic hedging. And then we talked about the 4 different ways of trading. And then we spent some time just getting started, peeling back the onion a little bit for him to understand how Swing Machine was put together and how he might begin to trade it. Now that will morph, that will develop over time. There's when we trade Swing Machine, there's a number of different ways to trade it, and that'll be up to each individual person. And if you're interested in becoming an annual member, we do require everyone. We want to slow it down. We know we slow it down, and it's just best. It's best for everybody, and to go through the Q School and give everybody an opportunity in a live environment with a live market. Not doing it on a Saturday morning and this line did that and that line did this. Let's get in there and do it. So he was actually this gentleman, I'm going to maintain his privacy, but he was just telling me, that Don, I put on a trade and I'm up X amount of money, and should I take my profit? Should I, and so we didn't answer that question yet, Farm, but we're going to be able to give him each and every day more and more and more information, which is going to hopefully give him more and more control, and also making things more and more easy, not more difficult. And so if now we only will do Q School 1, 2, max 3 folks. So if it is something you're thinking about doing, definitely reach out to us, and it has to be something that has to be scheduled, right? We have to make sure there's a good match. We have to make sure that we schedule it, and that you have the available time. We're flexible. We'll work around one schedule, within reason, and it's 3+ weeks. If we got to go a few extra days, if we do things right, which we've done this a few times, you're going to want to get underway. You're going to want to get going. So the strategy is net positive, and I'm going to be here. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll try to answer, and we'll let you watch up until about 2:00. Then we do need the resources on the computer. Sound okay? Hope everyone had a great weekend. If you now, I wouldn't suggest anybody. We almost never, even though it probably could pay tons, we almost never short the VIX. If we want to short VIX, we just buy the market. We will buy VIX though. We will go long VIX, but we won't short it, because God forbid you short VIX and something happens in the world stage. Long before you hear about it, long before anything, this thing will explode. And we don't want to be holding one of those. And if you're in the markets long enough, you will see it. It happens. It most certainly happens. But if you had traded, one mini 850, if you traded a micro, it's $85. Nothing to sneeze at. It's all different. It's all relative. And if you're, I don't think anybody would look down their nose at $85 versus 850, because there are some folks that could be up 10 minis and be up 8,500, or 10 of these and be up 17,000. You can move. There have been studies done. These guys are trading thousands of these contracts, and I have read that in order to move these markets one tick, it needs to be about 100 contracts. So, and they trade thousands of these things. So it's all relative, but it's, Swing Machine has done its thing here this morning, getting you over the fish. There's 1,700, 2,500, 3,500, 40, $4,000 or $5,000 in profits. None of our members, not very likely, I can't envision, unless they were following another program. But if they're following Swing Machine, they wouldn't be short at all this morning. They wouldn't be selling it. Now we will compress. We're actually taping since midnight this trading session here. And if you want, if you're passing by on YouTube and you want this compressed down to a couple of minutes and you want that video so you can see what it looks like, make sure we have your email, right? Make sure we have your email address. Just send us an email. If you're an annual member, we will have a part 2 to that video and not open to the public. And I will share with everybody my settings that and how we settled on the settings and what exactly we're doing, right? So we're going very, very slow. This is a very slow moving strategy. We're just fine with it. We're just fine. And we're learning from it and making some notes, and we're going to continue with it. There's a lot of different things that we can do, though. A lot of different things, right? So, and we are mechanical robotic traders and hedgers. We're not interested in where the S&P is going to be, on December 31st. We're not playing that game. It's going to be at 5,400. They're already starting, right? It's pointless. It's pointless. And you can't. I do want you to know, if you're trading intraday, the daily trend is too far away. Right? So if you're thinking, oh, okay, well, the daily trend is up because it's over the 50-day moving average, therefore I'm only going to buy. No, you could get killed. You could get killed. It's too far away, So, that's some of the things that we discuss and show in great detail when a person's going through the Q school. You got to get the right resolution on your trade setups, right? So we haven't got there yet with our newest member, but we will. Now, if I wanted to intervene, right? If I wanted to, where this position's up 600, you can do the math. We're down 250. We could be up 400 or 500, right? I guess, right? Or not 500, maybe 250, 300. We could, I'm not going to, but I could engage or disengage the robot and turn it off and say, you know what, let's do it again tomorrow. Let's do it again the next day. Let's do it again the next day and the next day and the next day, right? Maybe we collect a little of this, a little of that. 24 trading days in a month, especially if you and I love starting on Sunday nights. 24. Do you have the patience to play this way? Do you? Our members do. you know, but what else are you going to do in Tampa Bay? I'm not going out and playing golf in this right now. I don't want to get my hair curled. We got lightning storms. By the way, I hope to stay up, but if we end abruptly, it's because we had a power surge or something, although we got backups. But man, I know it's hot every place, but it has really been a hot summer here, humid. And if you're going to play golf, you got to be the first one off in the morning because it's really, really hot. And even Ted's like, man, he's Ted is usually under my desk. He's flopped up on he's funny. He does not sleep on our bed other than he cheats and he takes a nap. This is nap time. Jumps up on the bed. Of course, the air conditioner is right above him and blowing on him. And he's like, oh, this is beautiful. And he didn't get his swim time in yesterday because of thunderstorms, so he's not happy about that. But hopefully we'll get him in the pool this afternoon if these things can clear out. The golden retriever, he absolutely loves the pool. We finally figured out what he likes to do. He's got all these pool toys, and he'll gather them up. He'll grab 2 or 3 in the pool, and then he was like running around the pool, and he likes to play a little thing of keep away. And but now what he really wants to do, what he's trying to teach us to do, he likes to play keep away in the pool. Oh my God. So we got like a small little football, and Susie and I would just throw the thing back and forth. And the dog is just, I mean, talk about great exercise though. He is in seventh heaven, just, wants to get that thing and then swim away from us. And dog loves the pool. It's got a great life. If there's an afterlife, I'm coming back as a golden retriever or a lab. Beautiful pups. This is classic. We like to follow Twitter because it's a distraction, right? I mean, I'm not gonna. You guys can't. If you're looking at charts all day, day in and day out, and looking at a moving average and everything, God love you. I can't be doing that, and we don't do that. We really don't. We just let the machine monitor that stuff. But I'm looking here. It says John Kerry's private jet emitted more carbon in a single flight than your car will have emitted in its entire lifetime. And here he is last week denying under oath that he ever owned a private jet. And then he gets busted, and then he clears it up and says, well, he didn't own the plane. His wife did. What? Isn't that the worst? Absolutely the worst. I'm sorry. I'm not making a political statement, Republican. They're all, I mean, these guys, come on, and I'm assuming everybody knows the story. Kerry married Teresa Heinz. I'm not sure what her act was, but she married into the Heinz ketchup fortune. The guy, unfortunately, he also was a politician, died in a plane crash. She inherited the hundreds of millions, and this grifter this grifter, left the wife number one or two behind and married into it. Just, ugh, yuck, gross. It's, I think, I'm thinking, I'm hoping, thinking and hoping that social media is really going to come into its own in terms of exposing the hypocrisy. I think people, myself included, are still in a bit of a shock. I can't believe that some of the political positions and thoughts that I had from 10, 15, 20 years ago were other thoughts and, and perspectives I had. So I think it takes maybe collectively some time for us to purge ourselves of this garbage. And it is garbage, isn't it? Man, going to be optimistic. I got faith in the American spirit, the American people on a whole, and there's many more of us than them. That have you think not, but there are, I believe. Now we are getting a conflicting signal from Swing Machine. See the 1 minute trying to get short in here, which is a counter trend to the 5, and the strategy is still long. I could intervene. I could disengage the strategy and take it out. I'm not going to. I'm going to let it play itself out. But one could, right? One could. You would need to learn what Swing Machine is doing, learn what the strategy is doing, decide for yourself what you might want to do. And it might also have, it may be dependent upon the time you have available and, where you are in your account. But we're going to let it run itself out. But I do see the counter move, right? And I know Tina's probably like, "Hey, Don, take that trade, take that trade." We're going to let it go. Okay. Well, we're still running live. And she's doing just fine, isn't she? I think what we'll do is let me just take a peek at this. Hmm. I think I'll let it run its course. Okay, everyone, we're going to come in um, and um, and close or let's disengage the robot. And in so doing, we will capture that profit and close the robot for today. We'll come in tonight at around midnight, thereabouts. I'll be up and we'll turn it back on. So watch what we're going to do. Disable. And let's get this position closed. And we close the position. That's it. Let's generate trade performance. There's our net, our profit factor, 1.55. Scroll down. Total number of trades, 10. 10 trades. We had 50% profitable, which is just fine. Average losing trade, 244. Average winning trade, 378. Classic. So get the trade manager analysis. Average time in trade, 1:42. Average time between trades, 13 minutes. Now she's not going to trade anymore. She's done. Performance graph. Well, I can't really see much of a performance graph. Relatively flat, and then we end up. Those of you passing by on YouTube, if you have any questions on any Sparrow, hi, any Sparrow. Not sure what any Sparrow, but hi. Let us know if you have any questions. I'll tell you what, I'll leave the live session up. I'm not going to chat in everybody's ear. If you have any questions on who we are, what we're about, we don't always know. You know, sometimes there are these social media bots that peruse live sessions and post, you know, various things like, hi, I don't know if that's a bot or a real person, but so if you have any questions though, real questions, I'm more than happy to try to answer if I see them. All right, so we'll let you watch, and Swing Machine is doing its thing. Again, folks, we have disengaged the trading robot for the day. It ran from midnight to just a moment ago at about 2 p.m. We'll be compressing out a video out for everyone to see, and we'll compress hours of actual trading down to just a minute or two. $671 for the day, a profit factor of 1.55, and a winning percentage of 50%, which is just fine when you are trend following, and that's what this program is doing. If you have any questions, and we invite you to stop by and visit the website. If you still have questions, you can put them in the chat. You're welcome to call, and 813-758-8263. We wish everyone the best. Swing Machines had a wonderful day. $1,000 on this trade from 905, 2,300 at 9, 640, 930, 1,300, 835, 180, 140. All very, very good. Now, we weren't trading Swing Machine. Could you have used Swing Machine to manage the robot? Yeah, absolutely. Our annual members have these tools on their desktop. In order to become an annual member, you must go through what we call a Q school. We have a gentleman in there now, one-on-one. We're going to answer all his questions over a 3-week period. Try to show him as much as we can possibly show him of how we're approaching and trading these markets, so he can incorporate that into his own trading. Does it slow the process down? It does. It absolutely does. And that's good. We want to make sure, we want to give every member at Stock Market Caddy, whether it's a monthly membership and it's month to month, you can't sign up for 6 months at a time, or the annual membership, you can't sign up until you go through the Q school. If you stop and think about it, what we're trying to do is give people an opportunity to say, no, this isn't for me. No, this isn't what I want to do. Before becoming an annual member, before getting too far down the road, we're real people trying to share our approach to the markets. You don't have to do exactly what we do. You can adopt and adapt it to your own trading. We don't make specific recommendations to buy or sell anything. We're not making any claims. We're a mentoring site for those folks that want to get away from all the emotions. Get away from the Tom Lees on CNBC. Oh, the market's going to 5,600, Judge, and then it's going to do this, and then it's going to do that. Totally worthless. It's worthless. It's worthless. They know it's worthless, but yet, thousands of people listen to that. I guess, kind of like watching. In fact, I think you would do better to watch the Weather Channel. Just got a notice from Microsoft. I'm not sure why. We're going to, in a moment, we're going to post you this video, the compressed video, in the chat function. But it is what it is. And so we did. The only intervention we made in this robot since midnight was just a moment ago. We decided to take the profit and to turn it off. That's all we did. I didn't scalp it. I could have. I think I could have done better. And when you watch the video, you'll see the trade positions. You'll see them. And just, you can slow it down, take a look and look. Maybe you would have done this. Maybe you would have done that, right? You can set up your own. This isn't our only program. This isn't our only tool, right? And we don't only trade futures. We're diversified in what we do. We're diversified in what we do. So if this resonates with you and you're thinking about the monthly memberships are unlimited. Everybody's welcome. It's only a month. We've had many people say just the support videos alone that come in with the monthly membership are worth the monthly membership in and of itself. And then, of course, you get a nightly video at night. The annual membership, though, you do need to go through the Q school once. It's a one-time thing. and it does slow it down, but it's time very well spent. I think you'll be really, really happy. We work really, really hard at it. And we just want to make sure, during 3 weeks of a live environment with the market, nighttime, daytime, we're not bending somebody's ear for hour upon hour, but this is being broadcast right now. This is a live Zoom feed that our members can patch into, annual members can patch into and see, right? If they want to. They have everything on their desktop. They don't have to. By the way, any annual member that is patching in, maybe on YouTube and seeing, and they want to know my settings for um, the robot, I didn't put it in here. It was the Stinger. Maybe I should put that in there. I'm more than happy to tell you. Just send me an email and I'll send you my settings. They have the program, so I should put it in here, right? It was the SMC Stinger. Not Stinker. That isn't good. Stinger. Stinger trading robot. It's been a beautiful one, actually. And maybe I can move that yellow. SMC Stinger trading robot. How's that look? Wait, I don't have to have it. So there we go. And what you might want to know is and I'm happy, and we show this in the video, but so this is not a back test. This is what it did since midnight. So it did 671, and let's scroll down and show you if you get any questions. The profit factor is 1.55. What is a profit factor? Gross profit divided by gross loss, meaning we made $1.55 for every dollar we put at risk, including commissions. Now that's fairly narrow, right? If I was putting on those trades, that's fairly narrow. I would want to do better than that. But if the machine's putting them on, I'll cut it some slack. I'm totally okay with that because I didn't have to do anything. All right, so let's keep coming down. What else can we show you that might interest you? Let's total number of trades. How many trades were there since midnight? There were 10. 8 long, 2 on the short side. Notice the winning percentage, 50%. 50%. Is that good or bad? Do you know? Well, the Stinger is it's kind of neat. It enters more or less of a counter trend, but it tries the capture trend. So 50% is very, very good, actually. See, a lot of people don't know that. They'll say, well, I want to be on the trend, but I want to win 80% of the time. That's not realistic. Not likely, not over time, are you going to have 80% winners with a trend following system? Not likely. Possible, but not likely over time. Now, if you are counter trend trading, you must be winning 70 to 80% of the time. Interesting, right? And you might say, well, that's what I want. I want to be winning 70 to 80% of the time. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. You know which one pays you out more? The trend. They pay out more and you trade less. So it's a bit of a trade-off, but that is something that we go over and over. And in the Q School, and let's give you some more information. Here's the trade analysis. Here, what we want to see, the average time in trade, 1 hour and 42 minutes. The average time between trades, 13 minutes. Let's see what else we can give you. Now, this is just from last night. We're going to do it again tomorrow or tonight. We'll turn it on again tonight. And if you give us your email, we'll make sure that you get a view of it, right? So that's a beautiful thing. Now, swing machine, you might say, well, but I could have just taken a trade at 9:05. Yep, you could have at 4534.50. You could have done that. And if you still held it, you'd be up 1,100. But maybe you didn't. Maybe you took your 500 bucks. Good for you. You'd be out. How about the NQ? 9 o'clock. If you're still holding it, you're up 2,400. $2,400. 2,400 bucks on one. If you're trading a micro, it's 240. If you're trading 10 minis, it's $24,000. It's scalable. I don't recommend anybody who has no trading experience do this with that kind of leverage. You don't get into a high performance airplane without any piloting skills and take it out off of Martha's Vineyard. I was just reading that it was JFK. I think it was his anniversary of him doing that was just yesterday. Reckless, got himself in a godforsaken position. What a horror show, right? I don't want any horror shows, right? So we spend a lot of time on the Q School making sure. In fact, said to the gentleman that's in it, we're going to spend, today was his first day, although he was looking at things last night, but for our first time together today. And tomorrow we're going to spend, which I already shared with him, zero. We want zero chance of a negative outlier. We're going to show him how. No negative outliers, none, zero. I want to show him mechanically how to do that. Whether he has a robot or doesn't have a robot, it's easier with a robot, but without a robot, we got to make sure. Right? We got to be careful. If you think you can get in that airplane and, you're in some little private little airport off of New York and, hey girls, let's fly out to the islands. We can get there. I got some piloting skills. It's no big deal. We just fly off the coast and, we'll go to the wedding, right? He gets off coast and the fog bank rolls in and he can't tell up from down, down from up. They get scared. He gets scared. Oh God, isn't that awful? Just the thought of thinking of that. A little too late now to start focusing on instruments. All he had to do was probably put the plane into autopilot, but he didn't do that. And he probably they talk about it. Pilots talk about it. They listen. It's very difficult. And I understand being a trader. I totally understand what this is. They listen to their inner ear. Their inner ear tells them that, they need to pull up or they need to do this. They're going, oh, they can't tell up from down. Oh my God, that awful. It's awful for a trader. I have sat beside traders that get a case of vertigo. They can't tell up from down, down from up. And they're just like flying around, revenge trading and all that stuff. If you're doing that, please stop. Please stop. You don't have to come to us. You don't have to, but please stop. That's not the way it's supposed to go. You're not supposed to be flying a plane that way. You're not supposed to be trading that way. In our view, save yourself. You would be, save the money, save your time, learn from someone who is trading in a manner, in a fashion that you want to trade in. Okay. Now you want to subscribe to, the Nigerians, they're great guys. Like, they wear the cute beret and they make the TikTok videos and they yell out, bang, bang, we just hit for 500%, bang. Okay, go for it. That's not us. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. In fact, I ask our members not to do it to me. Just tell me what your profit factor is. Don't tell me how much money you made. I don't need to know. That we have members that, no question about it, are trading in a bigger size than me and probably making, and I'm sure they are, making more money than me. That's fine. It's fine. It's not a zero-sum game, And we do these YouTube videos to give you an idea as to what it looks like. If you've been following us, we've been running this program now for a couple of weeks. We have 70 of them. 70 of them. Now we got to help you get over the hurdle of trading greed and fear. And it is a hurdle. It really is. And we will do our level best to get you over that and away from that. And we do that by using the machinery, right? We'll leave the bang business, the bang stuff to the Nigerians and those. I don't say they seem like really great guys, and then the macro babble was that the guy Hedgeye, he was a hockey captain at Yale, super smart guy. He'll be the first one to tell you he is so smart. And he hires all the unemployed guys from Wall Street. They're like super smart. They'll tell you all the macro babble about retail trading and not retail trading, the retail sales and housing and all that. And got nothing to do with trading. No, I didn't go to Yale. No, I wasn't a hockey captain. No, I didn't play for the NFL. No, I'm not on CNBC. No, I'm the most ignorant person in this market. I am. I'm the most ignorant. Everyone knows more than me. I'll arm wrestle you for that right. I am. Yep. I need to be able to move left and I need to be able to move right. You need a lot of things in trading. You need to be patient, need to be disciplined, but you also need to be versatile and you need to be able to adapt. It's difficult for folks to adapt in anything. You got to adapt your views. Sometimes, you got to say, hey, you know what? That's not going to be it. That isn't going to be the right program to run today, or this isn't going to be the right way, And, other times you just say, I'm just going to keep running. Up to you. If you want us to plug anything in, we can always have some fun. We can always look back. Let's put, how about we put the VIX into a 60-minute view? So let's do that. So the VIX on an hourly basis went short 123 hours ago. So let's write this down, right? You want to write it down? Now, I'm not saying that you should short the VIX. I wouldn't. We don't. We'll get long, but that was at 8 a.m. on July 10th. That was a week ago. Huh. Kind of interesting. When did Swing Machine go long? Let's take a look. I haven't even looked at this. Well, isn't that some shit? 113 hours ago. That went short 123. Usually a short VIX means the market's going to go up. 10 hours, let's see. Yeah, 10 hours later, because this would have happened first, right? So this happened at 8 a.m. And then at 7 p.m., the ES went long and the options market is closed, but the futures isn't. And you put on a mini contract. You're up 5,400. You put on 10, oh, you're up 50 grand. Oh. You put on a micro, you're up 540 bucks. Nothing to sneeze at. How about the NQ? 60-minute. Show me bagger. 107 hours. Are you shitting me? No, I'm not. At 1 a.m. on the 11th, you had a full day to think about it. Did you turn on CNBC, hear what they got to say? $12,000. 12 grand. How about the Dow? You see, it is not a market of stocks. It is a commodity. This was 6 hours ago. So the Dow lagged. And how about the Russell? I think I know where the Russell is going to be. The Russell was, no, the Russell in the last 5 hours. But the big ones, NASDAQ. Now, the likelihood that you're going to get into that trade as a retail trader and get that trade on and stay on that trade is about as likely as JFK Jr. was going to get that plane onto that island in the middle of a Cape Cod haze. He thought he could. Not going to happen. You can do it, but you need someone to show you how to set up your instruments, how to read your instruments, and how to trust your instruments. And then you need to drill, and drill some more and stay practiced. I cannot describe it any better way. This is our dashboard. It's only one dashboard, by the way. We got others. We got a whole lot of other things that we can do. But this one is so neat because it's showing us, the real time. And, and you can do both. You can set out a flight objective. You can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this plane up, and I'm going to program in a program, and the cruise control is going to fly us out over the ocean, and then I'm going to disengage the robot, and I'm going to land the plane. Except that when we got over the ocean, it wasn't quite clear. And if I disengage that robot, the flying robot, and I can't see the island because of the Cape Cod haze, then we could be in trouble in a really, really quick period of time. If I'm trading, flying, same thing in my view, a high performance aircraft. So maybe we're not going to do that. Maybe we're going to miss the wedding. I'm going to program in. I know how to work the program, I hope, or at least the cruise control. And I'm going to set the cruise control to take the plane back to the coast where I can see the horizon and the lights, land the plane, and, we'll take a boat to the wedding the next day. But a lot of people don't want to do that. No, they want to take their entire 401k, their entire IRA, and they want to go buy a cryptocurrency because some pretty girl in Miami at one of the crypto conferences, with her skirt cut and, drinking a Cosmo, is telling everybody, all the pretty people are buying crypto. And it's fine. Nothing against crypto. I hope it works out. I do, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, right? You can make money from bubbles. You can. I'm not, but I would just want to treat that market, the crypto, like any other market. I don't care if it's America Online, another bubble before the other bubbles, JDS Uniphase, Lucent Technologies. Do you know Lucent Technologies was the most widely owned stock in America? It was a beauty. They had beautiful commercials, trucks all over the place, up and down the street. Oh, blue chip. Definitely going to Lucent Technologies. You want to buy a dividend paying stock. You want to own that stock because, boy, when you retire, it's going to be paying you dividends. Out of business. Gone. Most owned stock. So maybe Apple will be here in 10, 15 years. Maybe not. I know it's shocking. I've seen it. And there are some others that are, that are just, we were talking about it this morning. There are definitely little companies right now that are going to be huge, probably bigger than Apple and bigger than Amazon, bigger than Google. They're out there. Do you have a discipline to find them? Do you have a discipline to manage them? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you have any questions, folks, let me know. We're not managing them for you. Nope, not going to do that. No, we do our own. We don't get them all right. Nope. But we got a discipline. We absolutely do have a discipline, and our objectives are fairly modest. Pretty boring. Come September, everybody's going to be back to work. Everybody's going to want to be trading. Our monthly memberships are unlimited. Our annual memberships are limited. We had to shut things off on November 1 of last year, and then had to wait until the first of the year for new memberships. And so they're limited. Now is a great time to learn, to get ready, to get prepared. Don't take it for granted, and we would need to want to, schedule, with you, especially, you have to go through the queue. If you want us to plug in any stock or any market in here, we can even do the Bitcoin. We can put it in here. Let's do this. Let's see if I can. I'll do it up here. Let's put in the continuous contract. Now this is a futures contract on Bitcoin, BTC. Now and it's a 5-pack, right? So it's a very, very expensive. But let's put it on an hourly basis. It would take quite a bit of margin to trade this. Actually, it went short, kind of odd. I thought it would be, but on an hourly basis, it went short 24 hours ago, 24. How about on a daily basis? Let's take a look at Bitcoin on a daily. What's that sucker doing? On a daily basis, she went long about 18 days ago, and she is underwater. Yeah. The margin to trade this multi-pack is like 45, 50 grand. It's very, very big. It might be the biggest contract. One of the things that you can do if you're diversified, I'm going to put it back to the ES, is if you own, I think it's almost sacrilegious that folks did this. If you own a Bitcoin, let's say you got, $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, and you want to hodl it. You don't want to sell it. I get it, right? You want to hodl it. I don't ever want to sell it because it's going to the moon. Okay. But what if it starts to take pressure, right? How do you sell something and still retain control? I don't want to stand down. Yeah, you could have held your Bitcoins and could have gone into a futures market and shorted them. Why would I do that? As the Bitcoin came down in value, your futures contracts would have gone up in value. You would have still owned your Bitcoin. And then when Bitcoin had its bounce and ready to go, you kill, in essence, the hedge, and you still own your Bitcoin and you protected your value. It's called hedging. Hedging. What hedge funds do, they hedge their bets. Why do they do that? Smooth out the volatility. We're not a hedge fund, right? If you wanted to send your money to a hedge fund, the hedge fund, you've got to sign, with them, and you got to agree to give them your money for a year or 2 years, whatever it is. And they don't even, many of them don't even show you what they're doing. They don't have time. You just, and you can't get your money out for, a year or whatever it is. They got their own rules because they know what they're going to do. They don't have time to handhold the emotions that individuals would have. You'd have no idea. You'd be like, oh my God, what are they doing? And but they're all machined and they're running hedging programs. That's it. And they're extracting cash flow. You could start learning to run your own. I'm not saying a public hedge fund soliciting funds, but you could begin to run your own hedging strategies, reduce your own volatility. Option traders do that all the time. It's inherent in the products that they trade. You can do that, but you need a discipline, you need an approach. Also need to understand what those markets are and how they're priced and how they move, not just on a chart, but what are they? Folks, we're here when you're ready. I'm going to let you watch up until probably about 3:15 or so, and then we will need to turn it down. Any questions, let us know. Enjoy. Anybody following Swing Machine today, there's just little to no shorting, as long all day typical for a summertime Monday. We'll see where we are come tomorrow afternoon. High probability. Let's take a look at the daily view. Let's just put this on a daily. Where are we? Yeah, we're pushing it almost up into euphoria. Could it go higher? It could. The likelihood that we're going to come back, is very, very high, about 95%. So this will be a really good time to start looking at call credit spreads, puts. We'll see where we are come tomorrow. Likely to come back in. Pullback imminent. If you have any questions on what it is you're seeing, what it is we're doing, don't hesitate. Okay, everyone, all those folks that passed through today on YouTube, thank you. Thank you. And we will periodically try to give you a view. And we're not handing out the fish. We're just trying to show you how we go about fishing. And feel free to give us a shout. Have a great rest of the day.